Hello class, this is John Sean here, and I'm here to give you a few tips on your Experiential English midterm essay exam. I've been grading quite a few of your papers, and overall they're not bad, but some of you are going off in different directions, not following the correct format, making it too long, adding your own information rather than just summarizing the sources, and a few problems like that. So what I've done is I've made this very short video about how to write a clear, focused essay for the midterm exam. And this will be called the 10-sentence midterm essay. All right? So just follow along, and I hope this is useful. Okay. The 10-sentence essay is going to be arranged in two paragraphs. The first paragraph will show the advantages of whatever the topic is, and the second paragraph will show the disadvantages of the topic. Now, let's begin. So the first sentence of your essay will be your thesis statement. And what that does is explain the main idea for the whole essay, and it's very important that you include this in your midterm exam essay. And you'd write it in a following manner. Using mobile phones has several advantages and disadvantages. And then we go on to the second sentence. The second sentence. The second sentence states the main advantage given in the sources. And we have written it here as follows. One advantage is that it can bring about safety. Now, this sentence will give a general idea, and in this case, it is bring about safety. In the third sentence, we need to explain that idea more clearly, in more detail, by giving more specifics, giving the example, or whatever details are included in the source. And in this case, we have written, for example, a mother notes that she has to make sure her children take their mobile phones so that they can call her immediately when there is something wrong with them. All right, then we go on to the fourth sentence. And in the fourth and fifth sentences, we repeat the same routine that we did in the second and third sentence, which means we state a main idea, and then we explain that idea with more specific details or examples. So with the fourth sentence, we state, another advantage is that mobile phones can make social lives better. Now, to give more details about social lives being better, we state in the fifth sentence, according to a survey, British teens feel that their social lives have improved because of the use of this technology. This is probably because their relationships with friends are made closer as they can contact one another whenever or wherever they want to. And that concludes the first paragraph. So we go on to the second paragraph, which focuses on disadvantages. And in the first sentence of the second paragraph, you're going to explain the topic sentence or the main idea. And here you can write it in a simple way as follows. There are disadvantages to using mobile phones, though. Now, for the other four sentences in paragraph 2, we simply repeat the routine that we used in paragraph 1, which means we state a general idea, then give a specific example. State a general idea, give a specific example. So the second sentence of paragraph 2, we wrote, the first drawback is that it can result in serious accidents or even death. Now, to give a specific example of that, we write in the third sentence, on the Weekly Gripe weblog, RTTDRT shared his personal experiences that one of his best friends was hit and his cousin was killed in a road accident because the driver was talking on his mobile phone. Now on to the fourth sentence, which will be another main idea or second disadvantage. And here we state, another downside is that mobile phones can interrupt teenagers' sleep. So the main idea here is the interruption of teenagers' sleep, so that in the fifth sentence, we will give more specific details about that idea of the interruption of sleep. And here we state, according to a Belgian study, some teenagers reported that text messages on their mobile phones woke them at night. A small group even said this happened every night. All right, and that's it. So now we put it all together and we have one very well organized and clear essay. Using mobile phones has several advantages and disadvantages. One advantage is that it can bring about safety. For example, a mother notes that she has to make sure her children take their mobile phones so that they can call her immediately when there is something wrong with them. Another advantage is that mobile phones can make social lives better. According to a survey, British teens feel that their social lives have improved because of the use of this technology. This is probably because their relationships with friends are made closer as they can contact one another whenever or wherever they want to. There are disadvantages to using mobile phones, though. The first drawback is that it can result in serious accidents or even death. On the Weekly Gripe weblog, RTTDRT shared his personal experiences that one of his best friends was hit and his cousin was killed in a road accident because the driver was talking on his mobile phone. Another downside is that mobile phones can interrupt teenagers' sleep. According to a Belgian study, some teenagers reported that text messages on their mobile phones woke them at night. A small group even said that this happened every night. Alright class, and that's it. That is your 10-sentence essay, and I really want you to follow a similar format and style to that, and if you do, you will definitely improve your score in the midterm exam. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in class, and good luck on your exam.